All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's once again another time for Off the Top Sportscast. I'm John, and that is Roy, and we're coming to you with another edition, a little fun episode here. Roy, I have a story for you. It's story time. Are you ready?
Ready. Let's see what it is.
All right, so I'm going to tell you the story, and then I'll give you a pause, and I'll give you a little moment to reflect and see if you can figure out who I'm speaking about. For you guys out home, go ahead and play along. I'm almost guaranteeing that you haven't heard this story. So it was a beautiful summer's day at the ballpark. The count was 2-2, runners on first and third, and the batters digging in. The radio broadcaster starts to go because the pitch comes in high and inside. The batter ducks down, gets up, brushes himself off. It's a full count, and the radio broadcaster starts to build a crescendo and starts to paint a picture with his words. Foul ball after foul ball rained down on the infield. There was multiple meetings at the mound where the manager's just trying to calm his pitcher down. The radio broadcaster is doing a fantastic job keeping everybody involved in every single moment of this game. At the end of this wonderful Titanic struggle, and here comes the pitch, straight down the middle, strike him out, and that's the ball game, folks. He struck him out. Before that ending of that series, what developed was a 14 fouled off hits, 6 meetings at the mound, and 12 minutes of playtime. That is an epic battle between pitcher and hitter. And in the annals of history, that is nowhere to be found. And say, why would that be? Well, back in the day when baseball announcers weren't at the ballpark, they would get a telegraph feed with the updates. And the broadcaster would read the updates and wax poetic about them and build drama and tell you what happened in the game. Well, that update stopped right before that last pitch. And instead of the broadcaster just saying, "Oh, we're not getting any more updates," he went on this extravagant journey and took these people on an extravagant visual ride with him on this 14 pitch 12-minute scenario. And the second that telegraph came back on, that's when he gave the update that he actually struck him out. So that wonderful call, all those extravagant things that happened, didn't happen. And that's why you can't find that in history. It was a regular game in baseball, 2 regular teams in the middle of the summer with no consequence. Pitcher wasn't that good, special. Hitter wasn't special. But the broadcaster is going to go down in history. That broadcaster is one of the most remembered speakers, actually, of all time. I'll give you a little bit of his stats. He was a college offensive lineman. He was a baseball announcer. He was a veteran. And he was an actor. Now, Roy, I just told you an extravagant story about somebody who just made something up very big to cover up the fact that he had no idea what had happened. Do you have any idea, any semblance of a guess on who I'm speaking about?
Now, so I am trying to guess who the commentator was.
The broadcaster was, yes.
The sound, if you, again, you're telling me, you gave me a clue that this is, he got a message, telegram.
Okay? So older.
So that's, this is not internet. This is not even a phone call. The guy had a telegraph that he's, it's coming around. So, wow.
Well, the ticker machines used to come through and it would just have a paper with information on it. You know what I mean? But when that line gets severed, no more information is coming. So it wasn't Morse code type of thing, but it was like the ticker sheets that would come out.
I got no idea. I'm already thinking this is maybe World War I time, somewhere around there.
I left one of his accolades out. I apologize to you. I forgot this one accolade. Maybe this will help you. He was also known by something else. Not an offensive lineman, baseball announcer, veteran, actor. There was one more thing. He was known as the great communicator. Or you might know him as our 40th president, Ronald Reagan.
Are you kidding me? Ronald Reagan?
Yep. Ronald Reagan was a broadcaster. We know he was an actor. That's a well-known fact. But his gift for talking is one of the things that made him into the president, got him there. And where he learned how to do that, his gift for gab was a baseball announcer. And instead of just shutting down and leaving all the people that were in whatever area he was broadcasting to, he just went on a rant. And I would have loved to see what would have happened if that would have stretched to 15 minutes or 16 minutes or, how he would have done that. So that's a fun little story that I came across that I just thought was really interesting because we know a lot about Ronald Reagan, but I don't think anybody knew that one.
I'm shocked. I didn't know. No, that's great. That's a great little one. I think it's a great little thing of history. I would love to find out if there's somewhere a little vocal of a recording of that game. Yeah,
well, I think we can say if they were doing ticker tape, they weren't recording. So I don't know. I don't know if there's on the audio. I did not find that part. I was actually impressed also to find out that he was a college offensive lineman, even though he was undersized. Ronald Reagan wasn't a big guy. But what they said about him was that he was so tough and gritty. And of course, the game was so different back then. But he was so tough and gritty that he made up for his small stature and just played really hard. And he played offensive line in college.
Great one, John. Great one. Appreciate it. That's a good one.
All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that little story, that little jaunt back to history. Me and Roy always try to speak on players that we've seen play, but that doesn't mean that we're denying any history of the games and the sports. And to us, the stories of the game is what makes these games great. Roy, awesome, any final words?
Yeah, awesome. I think we got to do it again. We got to find a little gem out there. And guys, we appreciate your comments. So comment. We appreciate when you follow us. And please share it with somebody else. We're trying to get the word out. We're just trying to perfect the show. So we appreciate everyone's listening.
All right, guys. And as always, talk to a stranger about sports today.